What's going on, spicy gang? Today you will experience 3 IDontWorkHereLady stories. Everyone needs to drop some spicy fire in the comments because this video is hot, and like this video if you're having fun with me. Let me know if you subscribe in the comment so I can show you some love. Congratulations Strunk for the comment of the day. Black Friday at Walmart is fun. Well, Black Friday was an interesting one. Between waiting an hour and 3 minutes to get to the cash register at some stores and the sub-zero Fahrenheit temperatures, I met one of those people of Walmart that you see in memes. She was a middle-aged 40 or 50 white lady in the chubby side wearing a full-on onesie that may have been 2 sizes too small for her. I am wearing a blue Under Armour hoodie with a black Columbia jacket over top that has the word Shock Trauma Center on the back and a small decal of the hospital I worked at on the front. I am also wearing blue track pants, so I don't really think I look like an employee, other than the blue collar. Anyway, slightly long, sorry. I was browsing the sales cause they have these boxes in the middle of the aisle with various deals, and I am going through various cool tech stuff near the electronics department. Did you know they have a smart light bulb now? What the? This lady with a onesie comes up and taps my shoulder, making a rather shrill sound. So I step to the side the little amount I can cause there were people to my left and to my right, thinking she just wanted to check some stuff out. Nope, don't just move to the side. Turn around and look at me when I'm talking to you. Sorry, I didn't hear you say anything. Whatever, where can I find the shoe rack? Probably somewhere in the home section? Probably or definitely? I don't know. It will make sense to be in there with the auto storage items, right? Well, if you don't know, go find out for me. I've been looking for hours and I can't find it. This is where I should mention that the store's only been open for 30 minutes so far. Why don't you ask him? I'm trying to find my own stuff and I'm sure he can help you better than I can. Well, I ask you, so you need to do it for me. I don't care if you don't know. If you don't know, you should go and find out instead of pushing it off to someone else like you kids seems to always do these days. Work for your money like I did. I don't work here. I'm just shopping like you are. Don't freaking lie to me, kid. I saw you putting stuff back into that box. Because I was done looking at it? Whatever the reason, you look like you were organizing it. No, I just put things back where I find them if I'm not interested in them because I'm not a bad person. Her voice starts to get louder and ear-piercingly high-pitched at this point. Don't you dare use that kind of language with me. I can make you lose your job with one simple complaint, so you better be careful what you say to me. If your next words don't have to do with finding me my shoe rack, I'm going to your manager. You're right, I apologize. Wait here and I'll see if I can find your shoe rack for you. And I'll walk away to go look at stuff in another section, while she just stands there thinking I won't run into her again. Boy was I wrong. I met her again close to 20 minutes later in the women's clothing section looking for a long dress like shirt thing for my wife. I don't know what they're called. They're just really long shirts that go down to the knees. She loves to sleep in them. They're pretty comfy too. Where the hell is my shoe rack? You said you would get it for me. I was standing there like an idiot for almost an hour. I feel like she needs a lesson in telling time. I did not make eye contact and just ignored her while trying to casually walk away cause these girls are crazy. When she actually comes up to me and grabs my shoulder, forcefully turning me around and putting her face closer to mine. Don't you walk away from me while I'm talking to you. Take me to your manager right this instant. I am usually a calm person and do my best to be nice to everyone, but I have a bad side if you cross a line. And boy, did she cross that line when she put her hand on me that forcefully. I'm not a big person, but apparently I can look threatening when I'm angry. Listen here, you oversized ape. Perhaps if you did not exchange all of your IQ points for weight, you'd understand the first time when I said I don't work here. Secondly, even if I did, you have no right to ever put your hand on or treat anyone who works in customer service the way you do. Putting your hand on me like that is assault, and I can have you charged for it. Third, instead of wasting all of your time trying to find me for whatever reason, you can try to act like an independent human being and look for it yourself. If you've been here for hours and still can't find one item and asking one person is not enough, try asking another person. preferably one who actually works here. Now piss off and leave me alone. With all the yelling, an actual employee as well as a cop came over to see what was going on. She interrupts before I can say anything. I want this kid fired. I politely ask him where something was and he goes off yelling and cursing at me, telling me to piss off and find it myself. There's literally a camera right above us. You will find if you look at it that I was just looking at clothes when she grabbed me, pointing to my shoulder and showing them the slight redness that she left, and proceeds to yell in my face. If you follow me back about 20 to 30 minutes, you will notice that she talked to me before. 2, where I informed her on multiple occasions that I don't work. He's lying. I want you to fire him right now or I will be taking my money elsewhere. Right, cause without your money, Walmart would go out of business and we won't be able to move to large spaceships and ride big fancy floating chairs cause we're all too fat to walk on our own. Wally, anyone? You going to let your employee talk to a customer like that? At this point, the employee tries to explain that I don't work here and offers to help her find what she needs, but she's either too dense to understand it or wasn't too deep to make it out without embarrassing herself. So she goes all in, demanding my boss, and I'm just here like, can I go now? It gets much less interesting at this point. She keeps yelling. Manager comes, listens, cop escorts her out, and manager apologizes and offers to give me a free drink or food, but I pass and go to buy this cute dress shirt of a beaver holding a mug of coffee with the words, "Damn tired" on it. My favorite part is when you said, "Sure, I'll go look," and just proceed to just go do your own thing. That was a nice touch. Walmart and Black Fridays just seems like a disaster waiting to happen. Crazy ladies go especially crazy. Just a quick reminder before we get to the next story, if you like my video, please leave a like on this video and a comment. I will really appreciate it. And if you want to take an extra step and support what I do here and you want to see more of my videos, please consider subscribing. That will help me grow and that will be super nice so I can afford a cookie. Or maybe a taco one day. Lady demands I operate on someone's senile dad. Heard a bunch of stories from here on YouTube reminding me of a story. First, some background. I was visiting a nursing home in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Utah. I lived there for a few years. I was a college student studying programming a few cities away, and since I know my way around a computer tainted by a boomer's propensity for adware, I was often asked to take a look at PCs. I'm visiting my grandmother who can't really do much, and before I moved here, I lived majorly in California. Think a 19-year-old white girl in Raider sweater and glasses, and definitely not a nurse or even anyone local. So the story goes, my grandma says she's like to use Facebook more, but the community computer is very slow and the IT there is hard to reach, so there's nothing she can do. The computers are behind a counter in the middle of the building near a hallway, and I can easily imagine this to be a receptionist station at one point. But you can tell it is not because the people behind a counter are older, typically in a wheelchair, and hooked up to nasal cannulas to oxygen tanks. I sat down at one computer and I immediately saw their search bars and favorites and shortcuts and copies of shortcuts slowing the PC to a crawl. I mentioned to the staff that I noticed the computers were real slow and asked if I could clean one up, delete some unneeded shortcuts, clear the browser cache, run diagnostics. The jargon spooks them, but I convinced to show who I presume was a manager what I meant, and one of these Manila dinosaur PCs was running as fast as Windows XP can in 2017 or so, with some of the browser cleaning at least. She says, go ahead, and if I wanted to, check out the older PC, so I consider it my good deeds for the year and begin to debug. Eventually, it is around mealtime and most of the old timers are away at the cafeteria, so it is just me at a counter playing on my phone in between defragmenting a few computers. Most of the staff are with the old folks or on their own lunch. I jump up when someone zooms around the counter with an old guy in a wheelchair and slam her palm on the counter. There's this woman, looks like your average mom, and she looks livid with me while gesturing at this poor old guy. Worrying, his foot is purple, poorly bandaged, and there's blood dripping from his toe on the floor. Old guy is OG, crazy lady is CL, and me is me. What the hell are you doing? I'm stunned. Excuse me? My father's foot has gotten worse. He needs surgery right away. She's wheeling him around the counter, more blood dripping everywhere. I kid you not. I'm scrambling out of the seat, still stunned. You should get him to the nurse. The crazy lady pushes him closer, behind the counter, so I exit the other side as I get my bearings. What are you doing? A nurse can't help. He needs surgery now. Do I look like a surgeon to you? She's raising her voice. He needs surgery now. The old guy slurrily says something about seahorses. I just remember it made no sense. By this point, staff were running down the hall. They came just as I began pointing down at my clothes and screaming, "Do I look like a surgeon to you? Do you think I'm going to put him on the table here and operate if I was? What the hell are you thinking?" She was yelling at me, but I have no idea what she's saying. To focus on the poor guy she's trying to joust at me to emphasize herself. The staff and another guy, not in uniform, run by at this point while she's saying, "He needs it now, needs it now," and separate them. The guy starts getting wheeled back by one staff. The lady gets pulled toward the foyer by the other staff and the guy, and the nurse apologizes profusely to me. I step away and make my way to the back door for some fresh air to process what the hell just happened. And I can see the woman being affixed with a bracelet by the staff. I found out later that her dad had some kind of dementia, but her husband brought her into the same nursing home because she was also showing symptoms. Unfortunately, my grandma passed no long after this, so I never came back to have the experience of seeing this lady again. Hope you enjoyed. Wow, so basically you were accosted by one of the residents. That must have been a harried affair. Sorry to hear about your grandma, and I hope everything is going good for you. I am at the optometrist, so I am actually sitting in the office right now, getting my eyes checked out for contacts, and this just happened, so I thought I'd post it on here. I made the appointment yesterday to come in, and I was not supposed to work today. I work at Best Buy in home theater, but after I made the appointment, my work called and asked me to come in after my appointment. So I am actually wearing my Best Buy uniform to the appointment. After the nice young nurse started checking out my eyes, she drops me off in a waiting area. She comes back like a minute later and says, "Hey Adam, I've got a question for ya. So I've got this Galaxy S6, and she goes on explaining that she had some questions about her Samsung. I tell her politely that I don't even work in the mobile phone department, but we have Samsung reps that can help her out. She was very sweet and energetic, but I just felt like it was completely inappropriate and funny for her to ask that right before I'm about to get my eyes dilated. Edit. Some people are jumping down my throat saying, "Who cares? And it did not inconvenience me, etc." I'm not even mad about her asking. Was it a little inappropriate? Yeah, maybe, but I'm mostly just here to post a story that happened to me. Hey, check out more IDontWorkHereLady stories here and look at other nice video I made for people just like you that enjoy Reddit stories. So to support what I do here, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment such as a fire, because my name is Spicy, and as you already know, well, I will say it again, but I'm out.